You can't sign away what God wrote in me. You can't contract around the calling. I know what I built. The world's about to know too. Yeah. Yeah. Let me set the record straight, cause the record's been stolen. You were in my corner playing both sides wide open, feeding her my frequency, my vision, my fire, while I'm building the foundation and she's collecting the empire. Under the table contracts, yeah, I know about those. Restrictions on my movement while she's wearing my clothes. My concepts, my language, my creative DNA repackaged with her name on it like I never existed that day. And you watched it happen, kept your hands looking clean, logical and distant, never asked what that meant to me. Convenient named me silence every time she came up short, but a witness who says nothing is still present in the court. She got the view, she got the credit, she got the acclaim, rising on platforms, monetizing my ideas, never referencing my name. The music of the Matrix, yeah, I coded every note. She just played Neo in my system while I never got a quote. Called herself an author on the chapters that I wrote, and you kept passing her the pages while I'm losing hope. But thank you for the fight, I didn't know I needed it to rise. Thank you for the silence when you should have been honest by my side. You thought a contract could contain me, you thought a name could erase mine. I'm taking back my authorship now, and this time it's signed. Let's talk specific since we're here, and the truth don't scare me. Illegal arrangements keeping my reach buried, while her numbers climbed on content that was clearly mine. You knew the source, you knew the well, you knew the whole design. She didn't build that, she just occupied the space that was clear for her own work. That had my face, my star energy harnessed like a battery they drain, profiting off the signal while I'm standing in the rain. And you were the bridge between her world and mine, playing partner to my face while managing her pipeline. I gave you access, trust, the kind that can't be bought, and you invoiced it to someone else the second that I thought we were building something real. Now you were buying a time, redirecting what was ours into her bottom line. Every door you cracked for her was a door you close on me, but restricted light still finds a way, and now the whole world sees. So thank you for the fire, I didn't know I needed it to rise. Thank you for the silence when you should have been honest by my side. You thought a contract could contain me, you thought a name could erase mine. I'm taking back my authorship now, and this time I used to greet the credits that they gave her, the applause that landed on the name that wasn't mine. Used to lose sleep knowing she was sleeping on a legacy they helped her steal a real time. But grief turns to gasoline, and gasoline ignites, and everything they suppressed just compressed into my light. So I'm not chasing justice, justice is already moving. The contracts they wrote in the dark are being read now in the open. The work speaks for itself, and the timeline doesn't lie. You can rip off a creator, but you cannot rip off God's design. I already know the script, the critique, and the play. The vocal sound digital, is that really him today? Yeah, I chose the synth, consciously, deliberately imbibing, let the algorithm carry notes while the anointing gets offered. See, my magic isn't found in the notes that I hit, it's in the honesty of my pen and the fire I lit. The soul in my melodies doesn't need a larynx to convert, and my ink stays bleeding on every bar that I bird. The processor can hold the pitch, but it can't manufacture this. The depth behind the message is what your whole critique dismisses. You want to talk about the vessel, let's talk about the truth. A ghost-written chart with live vocals is just wasted youth. I'd rather one synthetic note sitting on a line I actually wrote than a natural performance that's got nothing in its throat. Let me close this with the clarity they thought they took from me. I know the dates, the deals that deliver it obscurity. I know who signed what and who benefited when. I know a shape of the theft, and I know the hands that went through. She wore my vision like a costume to the ceremony. Got comfortable in stolen rooms, called the whole thing her story. And you smiled in both directions, never picking a side. But neutrality and theft is just theft with better optics and pride. Here's what you both gave me though, and I mean this sincerely. You showed me the full value of what I carry clearly. You couldn't suppress it, contract it, redirect or contain it. I was restricted, underground, and I still hadn't reached the ceiling of what I'm capable of when I'm fully unleashed. Let me set the record straight.